Decisive Strike used to be this must-have perk for survivors and something killers were terrified of, but nowadays it is rarely used by survivors, so what happened to it? Hi everyone, my name is Andrekens and welcome to today's video. We're going to be looking into Decisive Strike's history and discussing why people aren't using it anymore and what could be done to it so it would encourage people to use it again. Also, FYI, I stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday and Sunday, and you can join my Discord server if you want to chat with me or other community members. Anyway, let's get back into the video. So, it all started back in April of 2019, where Decisive Strike would receive its rework. That when you get unhooked, DS activates for 60 seconds, and if you got picked up during those 60 seconds, you got a skill check that, if hit successfully, you will instantly escape the killer's grasp and stun them for 5 seconds. DS is clearly an anti-tunnel perk, but what made it so strong that it needed to be nerfed? Survivors had a 60 seconds window to do whatever they wanted. Mess around, go heal in the corner, stick a gen, chase the killer, whatever. Since they had that 60-second window of having a second chance, survivors didn't care about anything. DS was supposed to be an anti-tunnel perk, but if the killer didn't tunnel, then survivors would force the killer to tunnel them so they could get value out of DS, so things really needed to change. In the 4.6.0 patch, the first big nerf to DS would hit the live servers. Now, if the survivors performed any actions that progressed the game in any way, such as repairing, sabotaging, healing, cleansing, and unhooking, then Decisive Strike would deactivate immediately. Briefly mentioning that in the 5.4.0 patch, DS would deactivate when blessings since boons were added. No more insta saves with no risk. No more sticking gens in the killer's face without ending up getting downed. This was the first step towards Decisive Strike's downfall, but since tunnelers will tunnel, the perk still remained strong even after the nerf. That was until the infamous 6.1.0 patch, where 40 or so perks, including Decisive Strike, would receive changes. DS remained in the meta for a long time, and behavior decided that we needed a change. DS would receive its last nerf and change ever since. The stun duration would be reduced from 5 seconds to 3 seconds, and DS would deactivate after the last gen got popped. Saying that this killed the perk would be an understatement. If you sit and think that from those 3 seconds of the stun duration, half of it gets lost on the dropping animation, then you're left with 1.5 second window to run away from the killer. And if the killer is a nurse, or a blight, or a huntress, or spirit, or any other strong killer, those 1.5 seconds won't do anything for you. Furthermore, it deactivates on endgame, so many times I was on death hook, alright, and I got down with DS because I was being tunneled and my solo queue teammates popped the last gen, so they deactivated my DS before the killer picked me up, so I ended up getting hooked and dying. Against most killers though, that don't really have mobility or range attacks, DS is relatively still good, but in most occasions, it isn't doing much. Why are people not using DS anymore? Simply, there are other better choices for anti-tunneling now. Death Hard, Off the Record are two really strong perks at the moment for anti-tunneling, so DS kind of has no chance against them. Decisive Strike is irrelevant now, and just delays your death for 2 more seconds, plus if you don't get tunneled then the perk is actually useless. Where Death Hard on the other hand, you can have it for whenever you get chased. Decisive is supposed to punish killers for tunneling, but nowadays it doesn't seem to punish them enough. If you play on a U server though, like me, I would say DS is actually pretty good, because for some reason, all the killers like tunneling in the server. Don't ask me why, just how it is. What do they do to DS to make it more useful, again? Well, I got one simple idea. Make the perk have a 4-second stun instead of 3, since 5 seconds is too long, and 3 seconds is too short. Then make it 4 seconds, which is in the middle, so it will be kind of balanced, right? And the perk should not deactivate if it's already activated. Like, if you get unhooked during the endgame, and if you get unhooked but after you got unhooked, your teammates pop the last gen, then Decisive should remain active. It should just not activate if you get unhooked during the endgame. Simple, but yet a good quality of life change right there. What do you guys think of current Decisive? Do you think it's still good? Or is it a waste of a perk slot? And is it in a big need for a buff? Let me know in the comments down below. My socials like Twitch, TikTok, and Discord will all be in the description, and I really want to thank you all for watching. Have a good day everyone. Bye bye.